Gentlemen, please give it up for the great Dr. Georgina Cannon. Right here. How are you?
Splendid. How are you?
So you're in tune with your emotions, you're in tune with your psyche, because you're a psychologist.
90% of the time.
Let me ask you a question. I'm really curious. Do psychologists help other people about their feelings and what they're feeling and what their feelings mean and how not to be depressed and how to exercise your emotions? But how is it for them? Do they have their problems too?
Good psychologists go to a psychologist.
So everybody has a psychologist.
Good therapists go to therapy.
In your life, and I'm not trying to get personal, I'm just curious, and I don't want to be a psychologist by any means. Have you had issues sometimes in your life?
Oh, totally. Absolutely. It makes you a better person.
But was there some self-help from yourself, or did you lean on a colleague?
I think if you work with a psychologist, you have to work on yourself as well. I mean, it's a co-creation. You can't do it by yourself, and you can't do it only with a psychologist. You can't dump on the psychologist and help them and expect them to heal you. You have to do it in concert, together.
So I've had you on a show many times, and I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you.
And you've helped me. I haven't killed a band yet, because anger, I know it's hard for you people to believe, but anger is one of my weaknesses.
But he's getting better. He's getting better. He's getting better.
So what I want to ask you, and I couldn't wait to have you on the show because I wanted to ask you this question. What is the number one thing that makes humans depressed? We all, if you think about
relationships.
So relationship is the killer.
Relationships with themselves and with each other, with their parents, with their employees and employers, but relationships generally. That's the thing.
For a normal human being, relationships will make them depressed or hurt them or
make them splendid, because we are nothing without other people.
Really?
So
there's nobody on this planet that really loves themselves and gets along with themselves and thinks about themselves all the time.
Besides you, no.
That's called mental masturbation.
Hang on, give me a moment.
That's all he needs.
See, I set the sock up. So you're saying that the most, if I understand this correctly, the most important relationship you'll ever have in your life is with yourself first. And so you need to be whole with yourself before you can love or respect other people.
That's right.
So if you disrespect yourself, you disrespect everybody else.
That's right. Absolutely. There's no way around it. If you have a set of values that you don't live by, but you expect other people to live by them for you, it's not going to work. So if you don't trust yourself and you expect other people to trust you, it's not congruent. It doesn't work.
But Doc, isn't it fact that usually people hang around with people who treat them the worst, and usually the people that treat you the worst, you treat the best, and the people that treat you the best, you treat the worst? Why?
What time would you like to come see me?
How comfortable is your couch, Doc?
Oh, it's very comfortable.
No, but I see that sometimes
Healthy relationships, no.
No?
No. Healthy relationships, you treat each other with respect, with love, and with caring, with attention. You listen, you care. Kindness is huge, as is trust.
Well, if kindness is also on the borderline of respect, is it not, Doctor?
Yes,
because
indeed.
if you're not kind, you're disrespectful.
That's right.
If you're disrespectful, you're not kind.
That's right. That's right. See, you could do my job very easily.
No.
Sweet Lord, no.
Just take another Percocet. Shut up.
I've already taken 9.
So you're saying that there's been really no major evolution in emotion, just in technology, Doctor?
There's been more of an awareness of the importance of it. There's been more of the awareness of being kind to each other and accepting people for who they are. The interesting thing is we all expect people to accept us who we are. Just the way I am, I expect people to accept me. But we don't do that for other people. We want them to change for us, to be like us, or in a way that we want them to be. So once we get rid of that and we accept people for who they are and how they are and treat them with kindness and respect, they change.
So if I'm understanding you, Doc, you're saying that you should love a person for who they are and not what you can make them into?
That's right. Too many people get into a relationship, either in the employee-employer relationship or in a love relationship, or even a parent-child relationship, and they try to make that other person the way they want them to be. Doesn't work.
But an employee relationship is a little different because you have a company policy and you have a kind of protocol set up, right?
But there still has to be respect.
Well, I agree with you,
Yeah.
but for you to respect the employee is if they follow protocol and they do a great job, you tend to respect them because you don't want to lose them as far as a business person. But
Right.
a relationship should be a little different, don't you think?
It is basically the same. I hate to tell you, I get a lot of people in, especially middle management, and they have bosses that come at 6:45 at night and say, oh, by the way, I forgot, this is on your desk. We need it for the day after tomorrow, okay? I'm off, by the way. I'll be available by BlackBerry, but you're
Because
not
he's
gonna...
going on a golf trip, or he's getting a massage, or his cuticles
That's
done.
right.
Okay.
Or both, or all of the
Or
above.
all of the above. So this book here, this latest
Excuse me.
book, Return
That's-
Again.
That's right.
And this book is a book which
About...
your past becoming your present.
Well, it's about past life regression and interlife, and I'm not sure that you totally believe in this, but what happens when I work with people in the clinic, I also work with people on Skype, but when I work with people in the clinic and we regress them back to early childhood, sometimes they go further back into what we call a past life to discover the cause or the beginning of a situation.
So, and I'm not going to be facetious and
Oh, go
try
on,
to-
be facetious. Go on, come
That's
on.
my job.
Come on. Come on.
So if they were like a rabbit in another
Yes.
life, or
Yeah,
a beaver,
yeah. Or they could be a snake.
or a snake. So you're saying that in your beliefs or in your
Yes.
theory, right?
Yes,
It's
yes.
theory, right?
Theory, yes.
In your theory, you're saying even if you went as far back as wherever you can remember your
Yes.
childhood, some people remember that they were something else
Yes, in
in
hypnosis.
another time, in another space.
It happens in hypnosis, yes.
But isn't that just, in hypnosis, isn't that just files in the brain of things that people have experienced through a movie,
Maybe.
through something they've dreamt?
Maybe.
Because, you know, people's dreams, like, dreams are pretty out there.
Yes.
Like, the director of Dreams is pretty screwed up. He's worse than Fellini, right? Because some of the dreams people have are pretty
But
bizarre.
subconscious speaking to you. But maybe, but I don't know if you remember this, but the CBC did a series that they did in my clinic where they brought in 30 people, and out of those 30 people, 20 of them went into a past life of some sort or another. They took 10 that they could verify, the names, the addresses, the dates, and actually verify the facts. And they chose 3 to be on the television show. It's a 3-part series. And they showed that series, and they took those people to the place that they remembered from previous lifetimes.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm skeptical because
course.
Shirley MacLaine believes in that shit, right? And she talks about past life. She's an actress for youngsters.
As long as you treat it with respect, Frank, that's all that
Treat it with
matters.
respect.
I'm just saying, in my view,
Yeah.
my skepticism
Yeah.
on this subject is that sometimes you believe things to be true that are in your subconscious that you've digested or ingested
true.
from a book,
But
from a
even if-
movie, from a CD, from a song,
right.
from a phrase, and then you believe, and then when you get whether you have...
You're absolutely right. But even if it's so, even if that is so, even if it's a metaphor that your mind is giving you, and you get an answer, and you get some wisdom, and you get some understanding.
I agree with you. You should be open-minded in life.
It doesn't matter.
You should
It's a-
try to see everything in life.
But it's a
Have
tool.
your peripheral
That's right.
vision this way, because
only a tool.
humans, the problem with humans, in my view, is with their eyes they see out, they never really see in.
That's right. This helps you see in.
So this book is a
And by
a
the way,
necessity.
Shirley MacLaine likes the book.
I can imagine. And you have a CD out because we all have cars with DVD players.
No, don't play that in the car.
No?
No.
You become suicidal? You fall asleep?
No, that's self-hypnosis, and that.
So
will-
like I could...
I thought it was Frank's CD.
That will take you.
How many times have I told you to take the sock and bring him to a garden and just throw him in there?
This CD will enable the listener to go on a soul journey. And by the way, this is for you to give away to the audience.
Just
Somebody
one?
who wants to find their soulmate
Okay,
or go
so
on a soul journey.
we'll figure that out. We'll get the producer to see who's really in search, and we'll give away the
Search.
CD and
Yes,
a book.
yes.
Thank you, Georgina, for that.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome.
So a couple more questions before you go, because I could talk to you for the whole show, because I find you very interesting, and plus it's just a free way to get some psychological advice. And you have a website?
Yes,
What's
I do.
your website?
GeorginaCannon.com.
Awesome. And do people, when they go on your site, can they write to you and you'll get back to them and tell you via internet,
Yes.
say, I have this issue and stuff?
Yes, and depending on the issue, because not every issue works on Skype.
Do you believe everybody that comes to see you, or do some people hold back because they're embarrassed or they don't want you to see their true? Because all of us put on a mask
Have
during the
peace, of
day, and
course.
then when you go home,
Of
you just like people cleanse and moisturize.
Yes, of course,
Oh, we
moisturize.
all have a face.
Exfoliate.
Exfoliate.
Yeah, well, my job is to make a safe place.
So you exfoliate the soul.
I exfoliate. That's lovely.
I know you can use that.
Lovely. I exfoliate the soul.
You're a loofah for the soul.
That's right, loofah for the soul. Thank you.
I say exfoliate, you got to top me with a loofah.
That's what happens, Frank.
Ladies and gentlemen, she is one of my favorite people, Dr. Georgina Cannon. And it's okay, I believe, that if sometimes you can't find the answer to the big question of why you're feeling the way you're feeling with yourself, you need some help. And if you really need good help and you want to exfoliate your soul, you got to go to Dr. Georgina Cannon. Look for her on www.georginacannon.com.
That's right, thank you.
Her books, her CD. We're going to be right back. Don't go away here on The Being Frank Show.